So here we are again diving back into Liberty City stories, though this time on official releases rather than the Vice City mod. As some of you will know, any game that is being made by the developers will sometimes have a debug or dev menu. This is a menu developers and sometimes reviewers will have access to, and you can kind of consider this a official cheat menu that can give weapons to the player, spawn any items or vehicles if the game has it, and skip and teleport to certain areas and levels in the game. Sometimes it will come with a debug camera, or free cam as most of us will know it, which allows you to look around freely and get screenshots in the same style a game company or a magazine would. In Liberty City Stories case though, some of the debug features in it still remain. Ages ago, the user Silent Pavel, with help from a few others on GTA forums, managed to somehow edit the main.scm used in the game to enable the debug features again. Main.scm, or if I'm pronouncing that terribly, is basically the file that contains all the scripts for the game, such as how missions are meant to be played out, and when cutscenes are meant to be played as well, and also features available to the player. The debug features are split into 3 different main.scm edits. These contain the base menu and an extra one, since only one debug feature plus its small base feature can be activated at one time, unfortunately. These consist of the base debug menu features, the base features with the ability to view building models around the map, an animation viewer and a character viewer where you can pretty much look at all the ped models in the game and the animations that can be played as well. So first let's take a look at the animation viewer. Not a whole lot to say about this feature, as it is pretty self-explanatory anyway, though it is quite fun to be able to view animations, some that could be unused and some you rarely see on your blood-fueled rampages around the city. I would take a guess that this was used to test animations further in the game before they finally settled on which ones would be used the most and which would need fixing before release. Next is the building viewer. This I find really interesting, as certain buildings allow you to swap to different stages of the building you see throughout the game, like the doll's house being normal and destroyed, or JD's place before it's under construction, when it's under new management, and when it finally becomes Luigi's place that we know later in GTA 3. It also works on safe houses and shows us how the outside looks when we're inside the safe house. It reveals how Rockstar made the outside connect with the outside world and not be inside an interior world like San Andreas. Again, it is quite amazing how the feel was achieved, being able to look outside of your safe house and see the outside world still, and it functioning as it did while you were outside normally. Something you can really appreciate about this whole game, originally a PSP title, and so much effort was put into making it work on a little portable handheld. Finally, we have the character viewer, which as the name suggests, allows you to view all the characters of the game. Pretty neat stuff, and allows you to take notice of each pedestrian and their design. So I bet you are wondering, what are the base features? Well, the base features allow you to wear and unlock Toni's different outfits earlier, level skip, and jump to any mission in the game with any weapons you buy before entering the mission, and allows you to constantly replay any mission you choose. So for example, you could go to the last mission, buy the minigun, and then go to the Portland Chainsaw Massacre mission and take down the psychos and Vinny with a nice round of minigun to the face.
Is that dumbass Gimp dead yet? Hate to disappoint you, Benny. You son of a bitch! Why can't you just die already? You should have never come back, Toni. I worked my fingers to the bone for Salvatore, and you just come wandering back to town, and he's all Toni this and Toni that. This is my town, Toni! My town! You ain't taking it away from me! I'm gonna enjoy this.
Other features include a player position feature, which for some reason doesn't seem to work properly, and a menu to spawn in any vehicle in the game. These also include the helicopters that are normally unobtainable to Toni without the use of glitches or cheats. But what's interesting is the Vice City leftovers that are in the menu. So these include the Hunter and the RC helicopters from Vice City, and they all function as you expect normally. So this just further shows how Liberty City Stories is on a modified Vice City game engine. So the Liberty City Stories versions this debug menu can work on are the PSP and the PS2 versions. Well, interestingly enough, it can also work on the mobile port, thankfully, as the file used there is still the exact same as the ones that were used on the PSP and PS2 versions of the game. So this allows all the fun features to work on the mobile port too. The debug menu is honestly a fun thing to mess around with, and something I would recommend to all of you if you know how to replace it in the PSP or PS2 versions of the game. Or use the tools for the mobile port to unpack and get it in the mobile version as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video covering the debug menu of Liberty City Stories. If you would like to see full raw gameplay footage of the features, please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you happen to be new to the channel, please be sure to look at previous videos on the channel, as you might find something you like and things to enjoy as well.